So here we are, and it's 8 weeks to the release of the film. And this week we have a very special guest with us, two very special guests in actual fact. Have Bob Burns and his very special possession, the original King Kong.
I've known Peter for quite a few years, and then Peter one day said, hey, how would you like to come over and see some of the shooting or whatever, and better yet, how would you like to have a cameo in the film? Here I am today, looking, well, better than I normally look, as a matter of fact. I don't usually dress this well.
We've been married next year's 50 years, and our whole marriage has been fandom and enjoying movies and all the people who make them mostly. I can't tell you how exciting that is and what a wonderful life it's been because of it.
And action! And cut, right.
The greatest thing about doing the cameo, the way we did it, it was Peter's very last live-action shot for the film.
And I'm done. Finished shooting. Woohoo!
Yeah.
We're both King Kong fans. In fact, I have the original King Kong puppet that I brought with me to New Zealand to show the Weta people and everybody of how he looked like when he was a young gorilla.
Incredible piece of history just contained in what's a very primitive piece of mechanical engineering. It's well made, but
Yeah.
it is brilliantly simple.
I mean, it's an icon. And to see how he was made, even though he's just a skeleton now, to see how the fingers worked and think that Willis O'Brien did every one of these movements and stuff, and it's an amazing piece.
Everybody working very, very hard to complete the film has had a major distraction this week as Bob has been touring all the facilities with the original Kong.
Oh, wow.
That's the boy.
We should take him over to the lair.
Oh, my God. Well, that's a sight I never expected to see, ever. Look at that. How cool is that?
I've seen the drawings that Peter had, of the actual drawings of which this guy was built, but this is the first time that I've ever actually seen it in the flesh.
And a couple of days ago, I was somewhere at a meeting, and I heard over the radio, Kong's at the miniature stage, and he's getting animated by Alex Funky. Is that right? Is that...
That's very true.
Oh, my God.
Alex took him and set him up by the wall, the Great Wall. The old Kong and the new Kong set, and he almost looks the right scale. He's very close.
The tingle of history, absolutely wonderful.
So you've had a little bit of a tour around. Who gave Kong the biggest reception, do you think, out of all our different departments?
Well, I would say probably the animation department.
They would have gone.
They were. I'm telling you, they were like little kids.
No.
They were animating him. They were moving him around.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't had a workout like this since 1933. I'm sure.
It's really cool to have, both worlds here. This is how they animated Kong 70 years ago, and this is how they animate Kong today.
Well, I suppose a few of our visual effects shots are going to be a little late this week. I mean, never mind. It's all for a good reason.
That's my fault.
When I knew that we were getting a visit from the Eighth Wonder, I just something that I'd like to do. And it's all based on a photograph.
Peter has the pterodon or pterodactyl that attacks, tries to get Fay Ray, and Kong throttles him.
This is what's left of the original pterodactyl that Kong fights on the lair.
Look at that.
Hasn't got his wings anymore, so it would be kind of cool, wouldn't it, to put him back where he belongs? Should we put him back in Kong's
I
hand?
absolutely think so. I think that would be a
Alright,
wonderful
okay.
thing to do.
We'll pretend that he's holding Fay Ray in that hand there. And now this shoulder is kind of out, and this elbow is down, and he's got his wrist is turned around. That's the interesting thing.
Yeah. You're doing Willis O'Brien right now.
Yeah. And now the pterodactyl's mouth is open, and it's trying to bite. Look, it's trying to bite Kong's arm.
It is, yeah. He's
There he goes. Step back, don't breathe. There we go.
Wow. You talk about heart pounding. It's total magic. These two puppets, gone from each other for 72 years, all of a sudden they're back. You're about to see history being, I guess, remade, you might say that. This Kong is going to be reanimated after 70-something years, which has to be some sort of a record for a puppet being animated again. And what's going to be interesting about this, since he doesn't have the fur on him anymore and stuff, you're going to see how the skeletal structure actually moves. So you can imagine what it would be like without the fur and seeing him like this. And it's got to be absolutely incredible. Kong lives again.
you're dealing with something like King Kong, it's just way more than being a movie. You know, there's so much history. It was a film that made me want to be a filmmaker. It's very important to us. It was a really symbolic moment in time to be hosting the armature that started us on our journey to the film that we're making.
Kong is leaving the building.
Of course.